Joanne is going to say something about the historical aspect of the church.
Another in our series of historical talks about the church. I decided, since this is the end of Sunday school, that it'd be a good time to talk about Sunday school. First of all, in relation to what you were talking about before, about getting things done, those of you who were here at that time may remember that we had a retreat. And I remember that at that retreat, we were talking about things we might want to do for the church, and you said to us, if money were no object, what would you like to see us do? Well, once you take that limitation away, and the Sunday school, it started in a modest way. I remember that Jeanette Kokoskis, Ray's wife, she was teaching Sunday school, but the goal was to have paid people, because people didn't want to miss the service here. So that kind of gave a rise to a real Sunday school. We had no children in the beginning. I mean, how could you have a Sunday school without children? But before you know it, the children came. So it was just wonderful. But I want to talk to you about what Sunday school has meant to the church historically. Actually, the Sunday school almost predated the church, because before the church was ever built, Daniel Townsend Cox, who owned property here in this area, was using his church, his house, as a Sunday school. Then, as the church was formed and became bigger and bigger, it must have become sizable, because the Sunday school did quite a few things. First of all, this beautiful cross, and they have admired behind the altar. This is from 1892. It says Easter, 1892, St. John's Church, Wilmot, presented by the Sunday school. So this is 116, is that right? We went through this before. 116 years old. In addition, you may or may not have noticed hanging in the entry hall there. As you can see, this is an old document. And this says the Domestic and Foreign Missionary Society of the Protestant Episcopal Church in the United States of America. This is to certify that the Sunday School of St. John's Church, New Rochelle, in the Diocese of New York, by virtue of its Lenten offerings of 1899, is a member of the Sunday School Auxiliary to the Board of Missions, and it goes on and on. So apparently it was quite an active Sunday school. The Sunday school also met for a time in that little schoolhouse. I suppose that belonged to the city, but I suppose through some arrangement with the community here, the Sunday school also met there. So I just want you to know that little schoolhouse, I just love that place. I really do. It's a wonderful place. We're going to be applying for a heritage plaque for that, as well as the one we've gotten already for the church here. And I think it'd be a nice way to remember our Sunday school children that were there and used to meet here in Daniel Cox's house. So anyway, that's it for this installment. As I get into the history, I keep reading things. Keeps this interesting. Isn't that interesting? So you're gonna be reading a lot about the church in the journal which we're putting together.
2 days that Irene mentioned, 1892 and that Joanne mentioned, 1892 and 1899 were important years in the life of the church. 1892 was when the new prayer book came in at that time, and it was that's when candles came back in the church and all the things. And that's one of its focus was to bring children into the church, and so that's why this cross, I think, was given. In 1899, when the other Lenten offering was mentioned, that was the 40th anniversary of the founding of the church, and so that's why it was an important date.